Are you ready to rock your next interview? These are unprecedented times. And while frequently the first step to an interview is on the telephone or a virtual call, now that is happening 100% of the time. So, how do you master those calls? How do you make sure that you get that job? We have a few suggestions, a few techniques, and if you listen and you practice, you'll get that job offer. This year, 2020, we post a video tip every week on Instagram and YouTube, and it is a maximum of 1 minute each week. Do you think you can find the time to watch a 1 minute video? I hope so. Let's talk about how to master those interviews. If you're watching this video, hopefully you see that I take up just the right amount of the screen. I want you to do the same during the interview. I don't want you to go full head on, and I don't want you to be the little shrinking violet over here. I want you to position yourself right in the middle. You own your space. You are a confident professional. While we're positioning ourselves, have good posture. Think of that string that will pull you to the ceiling so that you exude confidence and you are able to exude good vocal power. When people tend to be the shrinking violet down here, their breath support is constricted and it's more difficult to present your voice in a strong, confident way. Be sure to use appropriate facial expressions, and that means smile. I know that you might be nervous. I know that you might not be comfortable, but when appropriate, when the story applies, be sure to smile, certainly when you're first introducing yourself. Eye contact is very tricky. Right now, hopefully you think that I am looking at you. I am actually looking at the camera above my computer. If I look at you, this is what you will see. And you probably now see my eyes cast down. Just the other night, I was watching news. What else do we watch all day these days? And one person on the news channel was looking at the camera and one was looking down at the other person. So he wasn't wrong, but he wasn't establishing good eye contact. You want to use the best connection techniques that you possibly can on the interview because you want to stand out from everybody else. So practice. It's a little tricky, but practice looking at the camera, practice smiling, and when they are talking, be a very good listener and nod appropriately. You don't want to interrupt them, but if they're saying something that's connecting to you, then nod your head, smile. You can also do an uh-huh, right. You're allowed to have like a one-word utterance. You don't want to be rude and interrupt them and jump in. So remember, good facial expressions, good positioning, good posture. Those will all help you to win that interview. And just a few more things. We know that certainly in these times, you might be home most of the day, but show up professionally. Show up dressed like you would if you were meeting them in person. Be professional. And as a professional, turn off your phone, or certainly put it on Do Not Disturb, so that you give the interviewer 100% of your attention. If you practice these tips, they will help you to be more confident during the interview and to ace the interview. As I mentioned earlier, I recommend that you follow us on Instagram and YouTube to be sure that you receive all our videos on this very important topic of how to build communication success during the interviews. I wish you great success. Stay safe and stay healthy.